As I mentioned in my last video, there are many hints suggesting that the Gloam-Eyed-Queen was once connected to Pharaoh Missoula and Dragon Lord Placidusax. Here we encounter her warriors. We witness their fall through Malekith, and with the destined death, we unlock the source of their power. As you move through Pharaoh Missoula and pay attention to every detail, you'll start to notice clues that support my theory. You'll also see an increasingly strong connection between Pharaoh Missoula and Caelid, especially when comparing Malekith's boss arena and the Bestial Sanctum. Pay close attention to the details I'm about to mention. They're essential for understanding the full picture I'll outline throughout this video. In front of Malekith's boss room, right by the entrance, there are 4 dragon statues, each holding a torch. Entering the room, you find yourself on a circular platform surrounded by 8 pillars. These pillars form a path toward Malekith. 5 of them are destroyed, while 3 remain intact. Within the walls and pillars of the arena, you can see the remains of the Beastmen, who bear certain resemblances to Malekith. However, they're smaller and have a different jaw structure. Malekith himself resembles more of a large wolf. At the top of each intact pillar are symbols that look like depictions of 3 wolves. Behind Malekith, there's a statue of a praying woman surrounded by 3 wolves, and another depiction that resembles a different form of the Elden Ring. The meaning of these figures remains unclear. They're not mentioned in item descriptions, nor are there clear hints about their origin. Still, they were clearly placed there for us to see. They must hold some significance, which I'll dive into in another video. 2 other details that are important for my theory are the following. First, if you look up in the Godskin duo's boss arena, you'll notice a blue veil hanging from the top. Second, in Pharaoh Missoula, there's an ornate chest depicting 4 beings that look very similar to Malekith. With that in mind, let's head over to Caelid and enter the Bestial Sanctum. Here we find direct parallels to Pharaoh Missoula and Malekith's boss room. 8 pillars also form a pathway here, at the end of which we meet the beast clergyman Gurranq, who is later revealed to be Malekith. The walls are lined with 8 torches that look almost identical to those in Pharaoh Missoula. Additionally, 8 bodies of deceased beast clergymen are here, matching the figures on the mysterious chest I mentioned before. Above all this, a blue veil hovers again, like in the Godskin boss arena. If you climb down the levels next to the Bestial Sanctum, you'll eventually reach a ledge where you'll find 4 beast clergymen corpses. There, you'll also find a dagger with a description stating that such weapons were given to high-ranking clergymen of Pharaoh Missoula. The question now is, was Malekith also once one of those clerics? If this is true, and if my theory from the last video is also correct, that the Gloam-Eyed-Queen ruled over Pharaoh Missoula until her defeat by Malekith, could it mean that Malekith was initially one of her subordinates and later betrayed her? This might explain how he ended up there and why, after Marika's betrayal, he stayed. There are not only in-game hints supporting this theory. From Software is known for building their lore on mythological and religious references. The way Marika is portrayed as a divine being within the Erd Tree, for example, strongly resembles the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. The wolf symbolizes cruelty and betrayal in the Bible. But the connections to Pharaoh Missoula and the Gloam-Eyed-Queen don't end in the Bestial Sanctum. Throughout Caelid, you'll find hints linking back to them. Most obviously, there's the presence of dragons and the Church of Dragon Communion. Additionally, we encounter the Godskins in both areas. In the Tower of Caelid, we even find the God-slaying greatsword, the weapon the Gloam-Eyed-Queen used to lead the Godskins in their fight against the gods, and which, according to its description, was the source of the Black Flame's power, the most powerful weapon wielded by the Godskins in their fight against the gods. We also find banished knights in both regions, who can perform dragon incantations and seem as if they're guarding something or someone. During my research for this video, I found additional details in Pharaoh Missoula that further support my theory. The most obvious is the appearance of the Godslayer's greatsword. The blade resembles an ever-expanding spiral, which kind of looks like the massive tornado at the center of Pharaoh Missoula. Additionally, on the blade itself, you can see other motifs resembling small tornadoes from above. The tip of the blade also looks similar to the positioning of Placidusax's heads as they appear when you enter his arena. The second detail I found: if you look closely at the walls throughout Pharaoh Missoula, you'll see carvings depicting statues that seem to show a king, his queen, and a child in his arms. From Godwyn the Golden's lore, we know that he had both human and dragon forms. So the question is this a depiction of Dragon Lord Placidusax in human form with his queen, the Gloam-Eyed-Queen, at his side? And if so, who is the child in her arms? Let me know what you think of my theory in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.